Hi guys, what's up? JJ here. It's a little bit noisy here, but I hope you still hear me well. I have this noise cancel micro thing that I just bought, so I hope it will work. We're gonna do a little bit of a class today. Let's see that I'm in the image. We're gonna do a little bit of a class today on a thumb roll. But listen, the thumb roll, this is a great trick. Why do I love thumb rolls? You know, it doesn't matter which one you do, vertical, horizontal. That was more diagonal. This is more horizontal. Or you do one behind to back. It doesn't matter, you know. Those are always cool. Yeah, obviously this one as well. They're always cool. They're always cool, and they're also not that hard because the thumb is something that is like super mobile. We use it for everything in our life. So the skill that goes behind it, you know, is trained throughout your entire life. So therefore, thumb rolls are always cool to do. Sometimes with a thumb roll, you can go to a little bit to the next level, and today I'm going to try to take you there. This is a class, so for those people who love slow motions, I will add slow motions throughout the video or at the end of the video. I will see when I'm done. The base thing is here is that, like, listen, if you enter a thumb roll like this with the spins and then pushing off, as always, thumb roll 540-degree spin. That means if you start in the positive grip, you're going to end up in the negative grip. Once here, you're going to just do a hand roll back like this, you know, so like this, so that you have actually this movement, okay? Or, as I always do, negative grip, bounce to the opposite shoulder, and roll back, you know, so you get this kind of movement, which just looks really well. You also build with lines here. I love that. But what I love to do is actually doing what I call a flying thumb roll, where I just don't need the spins because the spins are too like, let's go, okay? You can actually just also replace that to just starting from a certain position and then swinging it along, and you will see that when you make speed, you abruptly stop. Key factors of doing finger tricks: speed, abruptly stopping, timing is a thing, and then holding your hand as still as you can. Doesn't matter if you enter with the spins or with the flying thumb roll, it's all the same. I'm going to assume for now, for this class, that you can do a thumb roll already. Okay? If not, type in flow tricks thumb roll. I'm sure you will find some really good videos. Good. So when you do this, you end up, well, not here. You end up at the stick because obviously you want to progress in whatever you're doing in your sequence. What we're going to do now is aim lower, aim for the rope. Now this looks very weird. Like you see, like this is absolutely what I hate to see when someone shows up that. So what we're going to do now is actually more or less, not this, but more or less this, where you feel like you have control by balancing it. Okay, I'll show it from the side. So more like this, not like that super tight grip, but more that grip where you feel like I have it, but I'm not having like a super tight grip. Okay, once you go to that position, you will feel that this thing called a chain unwinder. Although I love to do a chain unwinder with a pinky underneath, which gives me more balance. That's a train. I hope you still hear me. Okay, we're not gonna do that either because you know that chain unwinder thing. That's cool. That's super cool. But if you're here for a long time, this is something you already can do. What I want to do is always very quick things in a row. So by doing this, I'm going to look for this grip. I'm going to go with my wrist along to say like, you can go, but not yet. Because I need to go inward with my wrist to then actually push back. And this is going to create this. Okay. Here, push back. A certain speed is needed because we're going to need momentum, because we're going to break it and then use it in our advantage. A bit like Hapkido, where someone attacks, you move with the arm, and then you're going to use their power to. Okay, this is not a not a martial arts lesson, but you get my point. This is what we're going to do here as well. We're going to go. You really see me like moving in my wrist in some motions. I will make that more clear, and then push back. Okay, good. I will show it from the side angle like this. You're going to really, and then you're going to push back, and then just control when you push it in the air, so you can catch it properly. Oh, that was not good. A bit distracted by what I'm seeing over there. Oh my god, did we do that as kids as well? Yeah, I'm not gonna show it. Okay, good. So, temporal catch. It doesn't matter if you go via the spins or you just go via this one. 540-degree spin should always happen unless you have a really long chain and you go really slow. Then you feel like a lot of things can happen. But here, not negative grip, but we're gonna try to aim to catch the rope. Not catch it, not this, like this, and then push back, push back, push back, push back. Okay, I'm gonna go to slow motions first. One more thing, what you can do as well, because now I'm finishing it like this. But if you can control the speed, you could also do like a bit of a stall and then just pop it back. Okay, so if you're already here, for those people who already can do that temporal reverse, try for that stall. You know, difference in pace. That moment, flick it back in the air, and continue what you're busy with. All right, guys. Wish you all the best. I hope you enjoyed this. Let's go to a little bit of slow motions.
So very important is to make speed and to go with that temporal to the outside. Once you've accelerated, you're going to abruptly stop and just release the nunchaku. All right, after a 540-degree spin, you're not going to catch the negative grip, but you go for that rope. Once you're there, you go inwards with your wrist and then you reverse it. You take the momentum to pop it into the air. I wouldn't go for this position. You know, that's a really, really tight grip, but I would go for a bit more smoother. You see, I have it under control here, but not too tight, so I can release quickly and have a little bit more control on the outside of my hand to flick it with one rotation back in the air. When you can do this one, you can go for that stall as well and make it a more complete trick. If you, by the way, want to support us, you can always visit our Patreon.